Welcome back, everybody. Greatly appreciate you tuning here to Copper State Outdoors. So today we are going to continue the segment that we did here in regards to the accuracy of these rifles using a scope and a red dot. And a short recap, we are using the 14 grains, we're using the 15.9, 18 grain, and the 25 grain. The 14 grain is going to be Crossman, and the rest are going to be with the FX airgun pellets. We're going to go ahead and see exactly how well they shoot at 20 yards and at 50 yards. Okay, so, get this test underway. We're going to go ahead and fill up the Avenger using our super duper scuba tank. Okay, it is currently at 0, so we're going to slowly open this up. Ready, tighty, lefty, loosey. There we go. 1,000, 2,000. Now we're sitting about 2,500 psi. All right, looks good to me. Let's get to it. All right, so it has been sighted at 50 yards, just because that's what I averagely shoot at, and I have sighted in with the 18 grain. So hopefully that isn't too biased, but we're going to go ahead and start off at 20 yards, and then we're going to go ahead and push it out to 50 yards. So starting off, 14 grains. First column, first row. That was 5. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 15 grains. First column, second row. Okay, 5 shots. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 18 grain. Now you may be able to notice just a little bit that it is slowly coming down, but again, we're only here at 20 yards, so it's not going to really see much of a difference. This is currently set up here with MRAD, so it's only 1 MRAD above that bullseye. But that should change once we get it out to the 50 yards. Okay, moving on to the 25 grains. Those were really tight groups. I would probably say, at least from what I'm seeing, it's about a dime size grouping. That's pretty good, but we'll go ahead and see how it really does at 50 yards. All right, so here we are now at 50 yards. We're gonna go ahead and start again with that 14 grain, working on that first row, second column. But before we jump into the segment, I do want to touch on the subject of respect. Respect for others, whether you know them or not. Recently had a comment from an individual who was poking fun at me and the Dollar Sportsman for our inability to hunt, per se. They made this really rude comment, thinking that they were both really slick and funny, saying that us city slickers should just go ahead and let the men handle the sticks. Yeah, that's a bunch of bull. I'm not the greatest hunter. I'm not the greatest shot, but to disrespect someone in that way, in putting them down, whether they're a beginner, whether a novice, or an expert, you should never put anyone down. Anyone, and never put them down just because you think that you are better than them. That is not the kind of thing that we are going to accept here on this channel, and hopefully going forward we won't have any of those kind of comments or any of those kind of viewers, because I will block them, because that is unacceptable and completely rude. We need as many hunters and what's the word that I'm looking for? Anyone that supports our gun rights. I don't care if you're in California. I don't care if you're in New York. I don't care if you're in Montana. We treat everyone with respect, and we need to be able to defend our Second Amendment and practice and utilize our Second Amendment, whether you choose to or not. Because that is a bunch of bull crap that you'll go ahead and post that kind of content on this channel and think that it's funny. Sorry, I had to get that out. That's been bothering me here for some time. But anyways, moving on. 50 yards. Let's go ahead and get to it. Now keep in mind, with all the other rifles, I didn't use a moderator. This one I am, just because it's how I have it set up. But we can do a test in the future if you guys think that it is unfair against the other rifles, to see if this moderator really is making a difference for the Avenger. 14 grains. Okay, moving on to 15 grains. Oh, it is very, very warm right now. Dang, that is a beautiful group. Technically, these are more like 15.9 grains, but we're calling them 15 grains. All right, and these are the 18 grains. All right, moving on to 25 grains. It's gonna have much more significant drop to it. Yeah, that's hitting at the bottom of the paper there. Bottom right corner. Cool. Let's go ahead and get a nice little close-up of that, because I don't think that this is recording so great in quality, but we'll get you that picture here real quick. Overall, I say that was phenomenal. Like, here, here, let me give you a better example. Dude, that's probably about an inch. That one's like an inch that way. That one kind of had a wider spread just because I had a couple flyers up there, but holy freaking cow. Yeah, that one kind of went off the map a little bit, but dang, that is a nice grouping. Like, that is nice. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if I should go ahead and redo this test again here without that moderator, just to see how accurate this thing is without that.